Guys, we got a treat for you today. Listen to this. Wow. This is the nicest truck I've ever seen. Wow. It is very cool. Chip, tell us a little bit about this truck. It is next level.
Well, this truck, when it was introduced, it was made to kill the Raptor, and so that immediately got my attention. And it's got 720 horsepower. It's intercooled. It's blown, and it was just set up to kill the Raptor. And so I got the truck, and I loved it. The interior is awesome. It's leather. It's carbon fiber, suede. And so I just finished it off by painting a lot of ABS plastic that went around, like on the hood and on the fenders and all. I couldn't find another color other than black because everything was ABS. So I painted it all to make it look better. And then I put these advanced desert design bumpers on there with the LEDs. And the truck's basically stock. It's got a little rough country lift on it, 1.5 inches, because I put 37-inch tall tires on it instead of 35s that came on it, which are good sized tires. And then Method racing wheels. You kind of set it off a little bit, and it's just an awesome truck to drive. And and the thing about the bumpers and any of your side things, a lot of people just take this stuff to Line-X, or they will take it to wherever. But I take a quart of the paint, and I ask them to dump it in the mix, and it comes out the color of my truck instead of an off black.
Brilliant.
So you've got to kind of do that. And in the back, it's got the same bumper. Look at those shocks, by the way. Look at the size of those Bilstein shocks. That's factory. This truck sells itself. It's got self-leveling. If you put a load on it, car trailer, whatever, it'll self-level out. And this back bumper, and it even has lights inside the cages here. And they do a really, really nice job. But yeah, just a couple little add-ons here and there. And of course, the American flag on the back window.
Amen, brother.
And just painted all of the ABS plastic and sanded it off so it looks a little bit more, uniform.
That's all painted, that stuff?
Yeah, all painted, slick black. But it's by far the nicest truck I've ever driven. And I got to tell you, it doesn't drive like a truck. It drives more like a floating Baja, but yet it doesn't lean when you handle. And you can adjust any kind of setting you want. You can put it on sport, mud, hills, snow, Baja, whatever you want. And the suspension and the shift points and the motor does different things, just like if you were in a Corvette or something. You just turn it to what you want. And you can program it on an individual nature too, if you just like driving it a certain way. But it's been a great truck.
Chip, the paint on it, did it shine this much when you got it, or did you do something to the paint job? Because for a production paint job, it looks phenomenal.
But I use this stuff called Nano Shock on my bikes and on my paint. And in fact, there's a can sitting over on that table. And it just gives it that glimmer. And if you feel how smooth it is. That Nano Shock stuff, it's got a lot of ceramic in it, and it stays on it. So when I clean them up, about every, 30 days, I'll just spray it with that Nano. You just put it on there and wipe it off. It's really good stuff. Next Gen also makes some great products too, same type of thing.
It looks like a custom $20,000 paint job. That's a factory paint, right?
Factory paint.
It looks stunning, and black is not easy to keep
even
nice.
Your factory paint, when you get a car, you can sit there and have it paint corrected. Yep. There's people that correct paint, and they can make your factory paint look a lot better than what it comes out with. So, and I've got a guy that does that for me, and it just works out pretty good.
Chip, the sound coming out of this thing is like nothing I've ever heard on a production truck. It's just insane.
Well, it's like I said, there's a lot of horsepower in this thing, and their one goal, like I said, it was to kill the Raptor. And this is going to be a short, lived truck because there's no more Hemis after this year. So this is going to 23 is the last year you can get this truck.
So someone could still order this truck today?
Yeah, until the end of the year or whatever their allocation is. They say one thing and then they got an allocation which is the other on these special things, and it gets really a pain, especially today with the supply chain issues and all that other stuff that we face. All that stuff, all that beefy stuff, it's unbelievable.
So you could literally jump this truck out of the box. You could take it and do jumps with it.
13.5 inches of travel from the factory.
Wow.
And like when we put it on Baja, the thing just loosens up and it kind of floats up a little bit, and it's made for going like hammering 100 miles an hour and just hitting stutter bumps. Like riding a motocross bike in the whoopie-doos or something, it's a bah, 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 it just keeps going.
Could we show them? Could we show the viewers the engine?
Yeah. Oh, can I show you one more thing?
Yes, sir.
Now, when this thing is going in some rough roads, you get a lot of axle hop in trucks.
Yep.
Because of the weight and the suspension's too stiff. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but underneath here, there is a shock absorber that goes from the rear end up to the center mass of the truck made by Bilstein. And it pushes the axle down. It's bolted on the center. Maybe you can see it better back here. Yeah, come back here and you can see it from this angle. They did everything on this truck. It's amazing. If you can see right there, see that long shot going to the center on the top of the chunk there?
I've never seen one like that before,
it
ever.
pushes the power down to the ground so you're grabbing it. It doesn't hop around.
I don't know if the camera's picking it up because it's kind of dark under here, but so that's one of the tricks that makes it handle so amazing.
Oh yeah, it plants it. Oh, they went way out on this thing.
The brakes are huge.
Yeah, well, it's the biggest brakes on a pickup truck at the time. I don't know if anything's changed here, but...
What year is this one?
22.
What a machine.
But it's a good deal. I can show you the engine, but there's not too much there. Oh, it does have 2 air filters.
Okay.
The scoop in the hood actually works. And then if you turn it to mud or some kind of water deal, what you want, it shuts that one off and uses the one that's encased in a box. It's got 2 filters, one behind the right headlight and one. But it didn't look like, today's engines are kind of ugly. You nothing really see. Here's your one. See where it goes through there into here.
That's your ram air.
And this is this. And then there's a encased one over here, and you can switch over to that if you're running into water. And the system automatically shuts it off so you don't suck water coming over your hood, or splashing up over your hood.
So it's supercharged and intercooled.
Yeah.
What a machine, huh?
Yeah, it's a really cool.
Is it essentially the
truck.
same engine or a similar engine as what's in this car over here?
Yeah, it is, but it's a detuned version, and it's made for more torque than top-end horsepower, which you want in a truck. Because this thing's got 6,000 pounds of a truck. You need torque.
Chip, which one do you like driving better, this one or the Hellcat?
Depends on my mood.
Depends on where you're going too, huh?
This right here. Now to bring this one up, this car. It's got a long title. It's the send-off car of the Hemi because, like I said earlier, they're just cutting off the Hemi. This thing is 807 horsepower. It's called a Challenge. It's called a Dodge Challenger Hellcat Jailbreak, and it's very unassuming from any other Challenger. But if you'll come over here, the only real thing that you get on this thing that says anything different on the outside of the car is right here. It says Jailbreak right underneath. I don't know if you can see that right there. It says Jailbreak right on that dash right there. Kind of dark over
Camera's
there.
not really picking it up. I'd have to put a light on it,
But check out the rear seat. It doesn't even come. The rear seat.
There is no rear seat.
Yeah, this is, and the center of the car is all what do you call that? Race material, race tags, or Porsche calls it, or whatever. But it's a lighter car than a regular Challenger, and it's a wide body. And it was just made to send a message that this is the end of the Hemi area, and this is the fastest Hemi that they've ever made for the street.
How many horsepower? 807?
807.
So 100 more than the truck in it, and it's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
So you got to hang on. This is not for a novice driver for sure. You got to be on your toes with this.
Well, when I took it out on the road, one of the first things I thought of is I hope some rich guy didn't buy his 16-year-old son one of these, because I mean, as far as technology goes, it's nothing like the Corvette. It's nothing like a Ferrari. There's nothing to plant the thing. It's just all over the place. Now, it does have ABS and all that kind of stuff, but it really is just all over the place, and it's a lot of horsepower for the street. But other than that, it just looks kind of like a Charger. The spoiler's a little different. It lays down instead of sticking straight up. But it's just an unassuming car, and unless you know what it is. Now, I just ordered a specialty tag for this, and it says Jailbreak.
Nice. So this is the last of the Hemis.
Yeah.
The end of the road.
And it's this particular allocation, there wasn't many, and it's the send-off car. It's really cool.
How many miles?
I just watched one of these at Barrett go for $220,000.
Wow.
In Scottsdale.
You can't get them anymore, right? So they're only going to go up.
Yeah, you want to make something go up in price, you just quit making it. But there's a couple around.
Can you start it?
Sure. It sounds
Love to hear it sound.
It sounds unassuming.
Is it sound similar to? Well, about to find out, but I would assume it sounds like the truck. But
A little bit, but not quite as nasty. I mean, you know there's something special about it. But
that's for sure.
it's not, that's not as graphically loud as the Hemi in the truck.
Is the exhaust on that truck original?
Yeah, it's like that. It's loud. It's a neighborhood.
Right from the factory.
Right up from the factory.
How cool is that?
Dodge, for the longest time, has just been saying, I'm not going electric, I'm not going electric. Well, they finally did later on in life and let everybody else get ahead of them. But they've been selling every one of these damn Hemi things they made.
That truck just sounds absolutely. So you can buy one of these from the factory and it'll sound this good.
Yeah, well, the way I see what's happening right now is, for those of us who are old enough to remember the 70s, I wasn't driving in 1970, but all the cool cars came out in 68, 69, and 70. They were high horsepower years. They were called, like the pony cars, wars, or whatever, horsepower wars. And what you're looking at right now in 2022 and 2023 is the last of the gas horsepower wars. Because even the new Corvette, they've already got this thing out called an E-Ray. But I've got my order in for a Z06 to replace my Corvette because it's naturally aspirated, flat plane crank, just nasty gas stuff. That's where I'm not going to change that. I just like the nasty gas stuff.
I can't imagine an electric car making the hair stand up on your arms like this thing does.
It's like for the Harley rider. Can you imagine riding a Harley and it just making no noise?
No.
Give me a break.
No, I can't.
So it just doesn't get it done.
Chip, thank you for sharing the two nicest Mopars I've ever been in the presence of. This thing's insane, man. Absolutely love it.
Well, they're new ones, but
well, yeah,
some
for
old ones too.
I love this TRX. Thing's insane. It's a true definition of an American muscle truck. Thanks for watching, everybody, and God bless the USA.